Guys there?
What's up, guys? So I forgot to film an intro for this video. So in the video you guys are about to see, we are going to go over everything that I did to my 100,000 mile Subaru short block. So I hope this video is super informative to you guys. This is just what I did. From all the research that I've done and from past experience. So I really hope you guys enjoy. Also, this video was shot in two different areas, one at the old house and then one at the new house. So that's why you'll see the different areas. But now that the garage is set up, it's so much easier to get all this stuff done. So I really hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to the action. I've had this engine sitting for, unfortunately, quite some time now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean out all the thread holes so that this new Killer Bee oil pan can get installed. I'm going to show you how I do it, which is probably how everyone else does it. I'm sure most of you know the Subaru oil design, I wouldn't say it's the worst, but it's definitely got room for improvement. So what I had done, this block has been sitting for quite a while. What I had done is I installed a Killer Bee baffle, the Killer Bee pickup, and then also their newest designed Killer Bee oil pan. I don't know the exact extra capacity of this oil pan. I'll definitely look it up, but for anyone that's going to be doing more than normal driving with their Subaru, I would definitely suggest getting this. It is a little bit pricey and you might need to pull the motor, but it's definitely worth the extra insurance. So first thing I'm going to do is cover all this up. I don't want any of the crap that I'm cleaning out to get inside the block, so I'm just going to cover it up real quick. Now that we've got this all covered up, I know it's not the most beautiful thing ever, but it will keep any of the dirt and crap from coming out. I'll grab my tap set and we are going to start. Alright, so what I like to do before just clean up any bolt holes is just clean everything out that could be in there. Just try and get it out. So I'm just going to use the air hose real quick and just clean it all out. Some of the holes are clean and good to go, but others are not. So if I'm already in here, I may as well just do all of them. Alright, so for the Subaru oil pan bolts, it's an M6x1. So I'm just going to hand thread it in and then start doing it. Alright guys, sorry about the weird jump. I was having issues with the GoPro, but I ended up finishing cleaning the bolt holes out. So, as you can see, clean now, no crap in them. Or got the ultra gray gasket maker. I've cleaned up the surface the best I can. So some of this is just like in the surface, it's not really getting any cleaner. I have just put an oil filter on just for now. This was a good one, but I'm just putting it on there so nothing can get in there. I also need to tighten up the oil sandwich plate, and then we can get started on everything else. So I'm going to put a nice bead around here, and then I'm also going to put a nice bead along the oil pan. Let's get to it. this is done, we're gonna plop the pan on. When you're doing this, you don't want to try and move it around too much, because if you do, then you have the possibility of getting the gasket maker inside the engine, and obviously gasket maker inside an engine is no bueno. So let's get this done. Alright, now that we have all the bolts on for the oil pan, I'm just going to go around and tighten them. The torque spec is only 3.4 or 3.6 foot-pounds, so I'm just going to tighten them until I feel they're good. I don't have the Allen key for the torque wrench, so I'm going to just tighten them to what I feel necessary and then let this sit. Then we're going to work on the next part, which I'm so excited for. Alright, so now that we have the oil pan on, the next thing we're going to put on is going to be the engine mounts. And for engine mounts, I have Illuminati solid engine mounts. These are literally as solid as you can get. It's all just one chunk of aluminum. I've heard great reviews about these. I've talked to the owner of Illuminati a couple times. It just seems like a very good product, and since this is going to be a full-blown race car, I don't really care about noise and vibration. I just want everything to stay in its spot like it should, and I believe these are going to give me what I want. So we're going to throw these on real quick. All right, the bolts that hold down the engine mounts get torqued to 25.8 foot-pounds. So we are going to torque them to 26. So the next part, we got the oil pan on, everything tightened down. We got the engine mounts on, everything's torqued down. So the next thing is we're going to do head gaskets and head studs. So let's do it. Alright, so now that we're working on the engine, I've got these ARP 2000 head studs, part number 260-4701. So we're going to be installing these. They are just stock size, but they're a lot stronger than what the OEM head studs are. And the last thing you want on especially a Subaru motor, is to lift the heads. And then to be able to do that, you have to get one of these very expensive thread chasers. I got mine on Amazon. I'll put the part number below for you, but it's an M11 by 1.25 clean out cutter. So what we're going to do is we're going to chase the threads all the way down, clean it out, do it one more time, make sure no metal comes back out on this. To do this job, you are going to need to kind of ghetto rig something. So I have just a 1/4 inch extension and then the T-handle from my set. So nothing left to do it but to frickin' do it. Let's go. Just another tip too, if you start to feel tension on this, back it off just like a 1/4 of a turn and then keep going. You just don't want it to pull the threads and to damage everything. So this is the kind of stuff you'll get from it. Just crap that's in there that needed to be cleaned out. So I'm gonna go spray this off. Just all I use is some brake cleaner, parts cleaner. Just make sure all the metal flake is off of it so that when you go down there, it doesn't just shove it in the other thread. And as you can see, when I brought this one up, there's really nothing on it, so I feel comfortable putting a stud in there. So now I'm gonna do the rest of these 5 and the other ones, and we'll get this done. Excuse me if I sound a little meh today. I got the virus, I got the COVID, and just finally getting over it, just trying to get some stuff done, so please bear with me. Alright, I think you guys have seen enough of this, so I'm going to finish it off and then I'll get right back to you. Alright, so the last thing we have to do to get this engine ready to accept the new heads, which by the way you'll see in the next video, is I have this emery cloth that we are going to clean the heads off with. And then I also, now that I have the compressor in, now I can clean out the thread holes and everything like that. So let's get to it. past 2 hours of my life tapping all these holes out. It's time to get these wonderful studs in. So always remember to put the side with the Allen key up. Just make sure all these studs are clean. So I'm just going to wipe them off real quick and we will get started. Alright guys, that's all. I'm going to clean up the other two, and then next video I'm going to be showing you how to go through your Subaru heads, and we're going to start to get this thing back together. This thing has been sitting for way too long and it just needs to get done. I am itching to get it done. But I hope everyone liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. If you didn't, tell me why. I do want to improve these videos, make them as awesome as I can. So just, you know, give me some feedback. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, if these videos are too long, if you want them longer, or whatever. So I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.